Why do y'all want me to get pregnant again?
What the fuck?
Devontae.
What?
Get out.
I was getting my supplements and I hear you talk.
I don't care. Get out.
You tell them.
No, get out. We're back with another video, and today we're gonna finally answer all these mommy Q&As that I got. So, like I explained, I had a poll of questions to pick from. I asked my Instagram followers, Twitter followers, and Facebook followers to all send me messages or comments of questions and things that you want the answers to, because some of us are first-time moms, some of us are second-time moms, but this time is not like the first time. So I'm here to answer those questions for you. I have my laptop here, and I have a list of about 10 to 12 questions. So we're just gonna roll right into this video. Oh, and I feel a little claustrophobic, but I think this space right here is really cute for videos and stuff. It's like this little book nook thing that's in one of my guest bedrooms. So y'all might see more footage from me coming from this little cozy corner. Cozy, because it is a corner, okay? So cozy corner. I might do some more to it. I literally just put all this stuff here like 10 minutes ago. So we'll see. I might officially move out of the office and just come here, because there's also a bed in here and it'll be nice. Anyway, sidetrack. Let's get into these questions. So, question number 1. It says, how do you get your baby to sleep through the night? So, for those of you who don't know, some of my friends do know, but Gabriel sleeps from 6 to 6:30 p.m. all the way until about 6:50, 7 o'clock a.m. the next morning, okay? Was it always like this? No. Was this the goal? Yes. So, we started sleep training Gabriel when he was about 5.5 months old. And what we would do is we would get him comfortable and adjusted to, being in his room and things like that. We just had to get him comfortable with being in his room by himself. For many of you, y'all don't like this method, but we chose the cry out. We chose a combination of two, but the main method was the cry out method. So we wanted him to learn to self-soothe himself. Like, okay, I know I don't feel okay. I know I'll be okay. And mommy and daddy isn't gonna always be here to help me, so let me figure this out. That was our idea, that we wanted him to learn, and he does it phenomenally now. So when we first started sleep training, he wasn't sleeping from 6:30 to 7 because he was 5 months old, so he was still eating throughout the night. But he had like 2 or 3 feedings within that same time frame. He had like 2 or 3 feedings. After a couple months, then he only had 2 feedings. After a couple more months, he only had 1 feeding, to where now ain't nobody going in there. And he's 2 years old now. It wasn't always easy, and it damn sure wasn't always like, it wasn't easy. Like, it was hard. It was some nights where I couldn't stand hearing him scream and cry. And so that's why I was saying, like, we used a combination of 2 methods. So we did the cry out method, but we also did the method, I'm not sure exactly what the name is called, but basically, if your baby wakes up crying, you go in there and you try to soothe them and you put them back down and you leave the room. And then if they start crying again, you give them like 5 minutes or something like that, and then you can go back in there, self-soothe them, put them back down, you come back out. So we did a combination. It was like some nights it was a cried out, other nights it was, okay, you're okay, everything's gonna be all right. All you have to do is go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, it'll be a fresh and brand new day. And we would do that at a 5-minute interval time span. So if he woke up like 3 times during the night, the first time would be like a 5-minute, and then he'd go back down, cry himself, and then we wait 10 minutes before we went back in there, and then we wait 15, 20, 25. Y'all get the point. So that was another method that we chose to do. And eventually, I want to say it took about, once we started sleep training at 5.5 months, 5 months, I want to say he got the routine down at about 7. And then from there, it was like, okay, you know, they'll be here to feed me these 3 times. And then at about 9 months, maybe it was 2 months, and so on and so forth, to where now, you know, once we put him down, that's it. Ain't nobody going back in there until the morning time. Next question. How do you work around going to the gym with kids? So, me and my husband, we both work out, and we both have Gabriel. What do we do? So, right now, I am on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body 3-day split. So I only work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't work out Saturday and Sunday. I spend Saturday and Sunday either catching up on chores that's at the house, or just spending time with my son, because he does go to daycare. So basically, I like to go, and I work full time, so I like to go during my lunch break at work, which is around 11 o'clock. So I go to the gym between about 11 and 12. But all this time, Gabriel's at school. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I go about between 11 and 12 o'clock. And then I don't work out on the weekend. My husband, on the other hand, he is competing. He's getting ready for a show. He's a bodybuilder. So he has to go to the gym more frequently than I do. So the days that he goes, I stay home. The days that I want to go and he has a rest day, I'll go and he'll stay home. Or we'll go together depending on if it's a school day or things like that. But typically, I don't go on the weekends. I just don't. I don't like it. I take the weekends to be my relaxed 2 days, stress-free days. So that's the answer to that question. Co-sleeping. Okay, so I had a couple questions on that. So I'm just gonna talk about co-sleeping in general. Do you recommend? That was the biggest one. Personally, I recommend co-sleeping. I felt like it was beneficial not only for me, but for my child as well. And since I was breastfeeding at the time, it made night feedings so much easier. Do you know how easy it is if you're already sleeping next to your baby, like your baby's right here, he's next to you, he gets hungry, all you gotta do is whip this thing out, and you can literally just fall back asleep. It's so easy. So I just whipped it out, he fed, he went back to sleep. I put it back. I went back to sleep. Nobody got up. Nobody woke up. It was just so easy. So I like co-sleeping personally. Anytime, even now to this day, if me and my son are laying on the couch watching TV and we're like all cuddled up and he wants to actually cuddle for once, I'll fall asleep, because that's just how soothing he is. Not only how soothing I am to him, but that's how soothing he is to me. It's like a spell. It's like I've been hypnotized or something. Like, I'm just gonna fall asleep. Like, it don't take long. Breastfeeding. So honestly, to each his own on this one. Did I breastfeed? Yes, I did. I breastfed for 5 months, right up until the point where we were sleep training him. I breastfed up until he was 5 months old. Would I have liked to go longer? Yes, 100% yes. I would have went longer, but the only downside to breastfeeding, and I was in the service at that time, but the only downside to breastfeeding when I was in the military is I couldn't find the time to pump and make enough milk for my supply so I can come back home and feed my baby. Like, I like the strictly breast, like when he was just strictly eating just from me. Like, there was no machine, there was no middleman, there was no nothing. I could have did that. Who knows how long I could have did that. But that pump, trust me, I understand why they make them. They make them so people can continue to go on with their lives, go to work, have activities, have a social life, and somebody else can step in and take care of the child. But baby, that was probably the most depressing thing I've ever had to do. I hated the pump so much. I did what I had to do to feed my baby, but once I went back to work, I was like, I can't do this pump. I just can't. So I would pump at work, and then as soon as I got home, I would feed strictly from the breast. I hated the pump. So I hated it so much, I just had to start weaning him off of it. And once he hit the 5 month mark, right around he got to 5.5, almost 6 months, he was strictly bottle fed with formula. So Do I recommend it? Yes, to each his own. Please do your research. Know what you're getting yourself into, and don't ignore your personal feelings, because you will become a human pacifier. I've seen it happen numerous of times. Some people are okay with it. I was okay with it. I just didn't like the pump. So that's my take on breastfeeding. As long as your baby's fed, gaining weight, and is healthy, that's all that matters. I'm not gonna say breast is best and fed is, like, just make sure your baby is gaining the proper weight that he's supposed to gain. Because some people, they mix, they substitute. Everybody does their own thing. But did I breastfeed? Yes. Did I like it? Yes. Did I hate the pump? Definitely. So, next question. How did you choose the name for your son? Okay, so my son's name is Gabriel. Gabriel Nathaniel. So, my husband, his family, the men in his family, they all have the same middle name, right? So, all have the same middle name. So, Devontae's dad's middle name is Nathaniel. Devontae's middle name is Nathaniel. Any man on the male side of his family, it's Nathaniel Orville, Nathaniel Orville, Nathaniel Orville. So I was like, okay, well, we're having a boy. You're guaranteed the last two names, so I really want to pick the first name. He agreed. I could pick the first name since he got the last two. And my side, well, my mom's side of the family, most of her and her siblings, they all have some form of a biblical name, whether it's an angel or a chapter in the Bible. It's some way, shape, or form, they're biblical names. So I've heard the name Gabriel before. I liked it, and since I only got to pick one part of his name, that was the name that stuck. But basically, his name is created off of tradition. My mom's side of the family, all their first names are biblical, which hence Gabriel, the archangel. And then his middle and his last name is tradition based on the men side of his father's side of the family. So that's how I chose his name. What is the best part of being a mom? So I talked about this briefly, but best part, honestly, like I said, I soothe him just as much as he soothes me. When me and my son are chilling, having a relaxed day, watching Aladdin or Mickey Mouse or whatever the case may be, and we're just on the couch having a good time, just the fact that, you know, I can lay there and hold him and be at peace, and I literally fall asleep. Probably the best sleep I'll ever get. Because it's just so peaceful and calming to know that, like, and then don't let it be like me or Devontae, me, then Gabriel. Oh my gosh, I'm damn near in a coma at that point. I'm not waking up. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just so soothing. I just love it. Like, taking a nap with my son is probably the best thing. Another question, what did you hate about pregnancy? I talked about this too, y'all. I talk about all these things, but we're just gonna address them in this video. The main thing I did not like about pregnancy was I could not sleep on my back or on my stomach. So as I've stated before, most of the time I sleep on my stomach. Like, face is literally in the pillow. Like, when me and Devontae first started dating, like, he used to check and make sure I was still breathing, because that's how deep my face was smothered in the pillow. And I'd be knocked out sleep. Nothing was wrong with me, anything. I'd be knocked out sleep. Well, when you get pregnant and you got this big old belly with this baby in it, you know, you can't lay on your stomach, because then all you're gonna do, all the gravity, all that weight, is you just gonna smush your baby into this mattress, and that's not good. Can't do that. And then I want to say, when you sleep on your back, then you got gravity pushing back, and it lowers their oxygen levels, because you're like crushing their lungs a little bit if you lay on your back. So they highly suggest you lay on your side, your left side, or your right side. I'm not a side sleeper. I hate side sleeping. I couldn't even find a comfortable pillow enough to where it had the illusion that I was sleeping on my stomach. So sleep is the worst, is the part that I hate the most. Blah, blah. I can't sleep when I'm pregnant. I just can't sleep. It's not that he keeping me up, it's just that I can't get in a comfortable spot. Somebody asked about PPD. For those of you who don't know, PPD is postpartum depression. Did I have any? I would say yes. I talked about this too. I talked about this in my postpartum sucks video where I'm in the car and I'm pretty much just venting my life away on my way to the nail salon. And I had a bit of postpartum depression. Was I depressed about the way that I looked or feeling uncomfortable in my body? No. Postpartum depression comes in many shapes and forms, and I try to tell new moms this all the time. I actually had a friend, and she thought that that was where the base of all of postpartum depression comes from, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, do your research. Absolutely not. It's different for many women. Mine in particular was a sense of loneliness and a sense of I gotta do all this by myself and I don't have anybody to help me. Now, reality. Ever since I had Gabriel, like literally from 6 months pregnant all the way up until 3 months postpartum, Devontae was home 24/7 with me every single day, every minute of the day. Physically, I was not alone. There was no part of me that was alone. I had a dog, I had my husband, we were always together in the house together, and yet I felt lonely. I felt like it was just me and this baby, and nobody understands me, and I just felt alone. Honestly, it's just, did I surpass it? Yes, I definitely surpassed it. Did it take time? Absolutely, it took time. Like, it wasn't something where it was like a 2-week or a 3-week long thing. Like, it was probably all the way up until I got to work. Gabriel was turning 4 months old. I felt lonely the whole time until I went to work. Then I got a little better, I guess because I needed a little social life. I don't know what I needed, but it got better once I went to work. Outside of the whole breast pumping thing, because that was a whole nother ordeal. What are some must-have baby gadgets? Okay, so the first one I'm gonna say is a boppy, which is the original feeding and infant support pillow. This pillow can literally be used from fresh out the womb, literally for a long time. My son still uses his boppy. So basically, fresh out the womb, it's this little circular pillow, and what you would do is you would just wrap this pillow around your waist, and you can literally rest the baby's body on the pillow. That way you're not so much using a lot of arm strength to hold the baby up. You can use it for breastfeeding. I did that for 5 months. You can use it for assisted sitting, for when they get to that age where they're trying to use their ab muscles to sit themselves up. You can actually put it behind them just in case if they fall backwards. They have a little support system right there. And even now, still to this day, my son will lay on the floor watching his TV, hands behind his head with his boppy. It's just a regular pillow. At this point, I highly suggest it. Even if you're not breastfeeding, it's an easy way to hold your baby. I've used this boppy. I was not breastfeeding. My son was completely asleep, and yet the moment I took him out of my hand and laid him down, he'd wake up. So what I would do is put the boppy around me, put the baby on the boppy, only have my hand so he couldn't roll that way. Put my hand around the baby, and I could be typing, searching the web, eating, do whatever I need to do, but all I'm doing is just supporting his back a little bit so he doesn't roll that way. Best thing ever. Even if you're not breastfeeding, highly suggest getting a boppy, okay? Another thing that I suggest, especially now with COVID-19, I had this before COVID-19, but especially now with COVID-19, get those little shopping cart covers. It's basically this little, it's like a play mat almost, but it's built for a baby to be sat in the little car seat. I mean, not the car seat, the shopping cart, like how where their 2 legs go and then the handlebars right there. It covers all of that, and then you literally just take the whole thing and you can throw it in the washing machine. Best thing ever. I had one, well, I had Gabe in late 2018, so basically I used it pretty much all of 2019 before, you know, COVID-19 really hit. I used that thing all the time because I didn't feel like wiping down the thing all the time. You just put the baby in there. You can take them out. It's like universal to multiple shopping carts and things like that. It's just great, all around great. Another thing I recommend is a baby carrier. Get you a baby carrier that can convert all the way from front carry to back carry. Or you can get one of those wraps. I didn't do a baby wrap, but honey, if you're at home and you're on maternity leave and you don't want your house looking like crap, like while you're trying to take care of this baby, those baby carriers, lifesavers. You can do so much when you just strap that baby on you, and you can get housework done. You can do everything all while still having your baby comfort, because you're chest to chest, skin to skin, whatever you want to call it. Best thing ever. Another thing that I recommend, a lot of people don't have it, believe it or not. I thought it was like a standard. A lot of people don't have it, but get you a baby monitor. Get you a baby monitor. You want to start teaching your child how to sleep in his crib or sleep in his bassinet, or you want to put the baby in one room while you go do something else. Get you a baby monitor so you're not constantly sneaking in there and trying to see what he's doing or he or she's doing. Like, your baby monitor, turn it on, see what they're doing. They have so many different type of baby monitor. Hell, they even have some where you can hook it up to your smartphone and you can literally watch your baby from your smartphone. So I highly suggest getting a baby monitor. Those are my recommendations. If you want more, that'll be a separate video. But those are my like top 4, top 3, however many I just said. Would you have more kids? Okay, what is up with y'all? We're trying to get me pregnant again. I want to know. Why do y'all want? Do you want to see what a girl version of me and Devontae gonna have on a baby look like? I want to know. Why do y'all want me to get pregnant again?
What the fuck?
Devontae.
What?
Get out.
I was getting my supplements and I hear you talking.
I don't care. Get out.
You tell them.
No, get out. You clearly see this man is just a hot mess. Why y'all want me to have another baby? I just want to know. Tell me why y'all want me to have another baby first. Tell me who's gonna push this baby out of me, okay? Let me tell y'all. I don't think I told you. Maybe I did. I don't know. I was in labor and I'm pushing this little boy out of me. They said, oh, you can see his head, he's crowning. I was like, oh great, take him out. Like, I don't. It's like, no, we can't. You have to push him out. And I'm like, but you say you see him, just grab him, just take him out. Like, I don't want to do that again. Not no time soon. Not right now. Why y'all keep asking me these questions? Do y'all want to see me? No. Not right now. Not right now. I'm not trying to put that in the universe to where if I do change my mind, never again. But not right now. No. Gabriel, I've said this time again. I've told my mama. I've told my friends. I'm telling y'all. I want to say I done told y'all this before. Gabriel has to be 1, out of diapers, out of pull-ups, fully potty trained. 2, he got to be out of his crib. That means he's sleeping in a toddler bed. And 3, he need to be in somebody elementary school where I'm not paying nobody daycare. Only thing I want to pay is his little lunch tab, okay? I don't want to pay no daycare fees. Do y'all hear me? No daycare fees. So, no daycare fees mean he got to be 5. He'll be 5, but it won't be the year that he turns 5. It'll be the year that he turns 6. He's 2. Give me some time, okay? That's before I even consider it. I have to give me 3 more years before I can even consider it, okay? He got to be more self-sufficient. I need him to be like, Mommy, I want a Pop-Tart. And I'd be like, okay, go get it. And then he go gets it. That's what I need. I need a little more self-sufficiency before I'm just popping out babies, you know? Can't do it. No, can't do it. I done told y'all once. I'm going to tell y'all. I ain't telling y'all no more. Next question. Did you have stretch marks and what did you do to prevent them? I do have stretch marks, believe it or not. Are they in the typical places that most women get their stretch marks when they're pregnant? No. I have absolutely no stretch marks on my stomach area. I have no stretch marks on my hip or butt area. Believe it or not, when I was 8 months pregnant, I got stretch marks behind my kneecaps. So that little meaty part right here behind your knees, I just had lines. It was weird. I was like, this is a weird place to have stretch marks. I hope they go away. I wanted them to go away. Did they go away? I think so. But I also got stretch marks like in the inner thighs, and those did not go away. Okay. Are they noticeable to everybody? No, not so much. I can still wear shorts and you probably wouldn't even know that they were there, but I know that they're there. The second part of that question, did I do anything to prevent them? No. I probably could have. I probably should have. But I'm lazy, and I don't know. If you really know me, I don't really use lotion. Like, it's kind of bad. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't really use lotion. So for me to go the extra mile to buy something strictly to prevent stretch marks, like I said, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. 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 I'm lazy. No, I didn't do anything to prevent them. Last question. How did you lose your baby weight? Now, that's a long question. I can contribute some of my baby weight loss to breastfeeding because I did it for 5 months and I lost 30 pounds just by breastfeeding. So the day that I gave birth, I was 180 pounds. Over the course of 5 months, I went from 180 to 150. Then I felt like I was stagnant. So then I tried these diets, right? Because I didn't want to work out yet. I was just like, oh, my baby needs me. I can't leave him. I can't go to the gym, yada, 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 right? So then I started these diets. I cut out all carbs, all white carbs. Let me say it like that. I cut out all white carbs. So that meant no white rice, no jasmine rice, no pasta, no potatoes, no bread. The only kind of carbs I was eating was like brown rice, sweet potatoes, if carbs were in my vegetables, but then the carbs in my vegetables were counteracted with the fiber that was in my vegetables. So did that really count? Kind of not. It was so many things. So then I probably lost about 5 or 6 pounds doing that. And then I was like, I want to lose more. I want to lose 20 pounds, blah, 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 like, right? So then I cut out red meat. I was only eating chicken and fish. I was just eating chicken and fish. I didn't want anything red. I thought that, maybe my body's not digesting it right. It was all these crazy things that was going in my head. And then I said, fuck it. I'm going to the gym. So I started working out. I started doing the same workouts that I used to do back in Korea. Those weren't working. They weren't working. I had to do HIIT with a combination of weightlifting. That worked. That worked a lot. That worked so much. And then I started doing macros. So I was still eating I started back eating white carbs. I started back eating red meat. I just started counting macros. And I learned portion control. And I just don't overeat now. Now, in the beginning, I felt like I was starving, but eventually your stomach is going to adapt, it's going to grow, and eventually the meals that you were eating and you finished them and you still felt hungry, now you probably won't even be able to finish them. Like it's like my stomach shrunk. So, a lot of things I can attribute to me losing my baby weight. Can I pinpoint it all down to one thing? No, it's a process, it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen in a month, it damn sure don't happen in 2 weeks. You just gotta enjoy the process, learn your body, do what you gotta do to get to the goals that you want to get. I told y'all yesterday, manifestation, recognize, okay? So, anyway, that is the conclusion of this video. I'm done ranting and talking. Those were all my questions. For those of you who had questions on multiple topics, I hope I answered those questions for you in the best way that I could. If you have more questions, leave them down in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos and the less talk, playlist. Hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. My dog is barking and we out.